The Witch Must Burn, Chapter 5. I was taken aback by his bluntness, but after what I'd been through on my way to the palace, I was grateful that someone was finally being level with me. "I'm Knox," he said, stalking away from me. I realized I was supposed to follow, and hurried after him. "I oversee the kitchen, where you'll be stationed for the time being with Glinda." He paused, and a look of pity crossed his face for a second before he returned to stern indifference. "Until Glinda promotes you." "Promotes?" I asked as we walked. The maze of pink corridors was hopelessly disorienting. I couldn't imagine ever being able to get my bearings. "She has a habit of it," he said, his tone discouraging further questions. "What happens to the people she promotes?" I persisted. "To be honest, I'm not sure you want to know." "Oh," I said, and was quiet for a moment. "I'm only here for the summer. I work in the palace in the Emerald City normally." "I know," he said. "You seem to know a lot about me. Your reputation precedes you." "What's that supposed to mean?" He didn't slow down. "Glinda's not the only one who's kept an eye on you. It's my job to know what happens in this palace." "I thought you just said you worked in the kitchen." "Among other things." With this cryptic answer, he pushed open a pink paneled door at the end of yet another pink hallway, and I followed him into what was obviously the palace kitchen. A bank of ovens took up most of the one wall. Next to them, pink pots bubbled in a huge pink stove. But the rest of the room was mercifully ordinary. The long counter that stretched the length of the kitchen was just plain old wood. The floors were gray stone, and the walls were painted a clean white. "Glinda doesn't come in here," Knox said, as if to explain the color scheme. Three Munchkin cooks bustled back and forth in front of the stove, and a bedraggled girl who looked about 10 was washing dishes in the kitchen's huge sink. Knox didn't introduce me, and none of them looked up as if we came into the room. "Glinda only eats pink food, mostly cake, which is why there are so many ovens," Knox said. "She likes strawberry ice cream, too. If she wants something that isn't ordinarily pink, we have to enchant it. Just hope you don't get stuck on cleanup after bubblegum fondue night." Bubblegum fondue? He was kidding, right? But his expression was serious, and based on his demeanor so far, it didn't seem like he kidded anyone about much of anything. "Listen," he said, "I don't know how they do things in the Emerald City, but if you want to survive here, you better not let Glinda overhear you say anything she might find unflattering, and she has ears everywhere in the palace." He looked meaningfully at the cooks. "Right," I said. "Thanks." He took a tiny pink bird covered with pink rhinestones out of his pocket and fastened it on my apron with a little pink clip. "Don't ever take this off, even when you go to sleep. She'll know, believe me. This is how she summons you when she needs you. I'll direct you to whatever she is in this palace." As if on cue, the bird let out an ear-splitting blast of noise, and I jumped about a foot in the air. Knox didn't even flinch. "Jellia!" Glinda's voice, tinny and compressed, shrieked across the room. "Bring me a strawberry sundae." Knox crossed the kitchen to a tall freezer, which he opened to reveal a row of strawberry sundaes already prepared. "When she wants something, she wants it right away. We make her favorite dishes ahead of time so she doesn't have to wait." He took a pink platter and a pink vase down from the shelf, filled the vase with pink roses from another cooler, set a sundae and the flowers on the platter, and handed the platter to me. "Good luck," Knox said. "I'll see you back here when you're done." I'd hoped I would get some time to rest after my ordeal in the field, but clearly that wasn't going to be the case. I did a mental self-assessment. I was still sore, but I'd manage. The bird pinned barked directions at me as I hurried back through the palace corridors and up a spiraling flight of pink stairs. Finally, I found myself at a set of pink double doors. I knocked lightly, and the doors swung open.